So group 2 facilitators, Amit sir, Meena ma'am, Nidhi ma'am. Thank you very much, three of you.
So, my name is Amit, and as ma'am already introduced me, I'm a Google champion and leader for Google Educator Group, GG Daily West. I'm also the editor for Daily Association of DAMT, that's Daily Association of Mathematics Teachers. I'm a CBSE BI Master Trainer and AFM Global Ambassador.
Today's facilitator will be Amit sir.
We have talked about the digital citizenship. We did talk about the drive in our first day session, and then followed by the docs and slides in our day two session, which were taken up by Meena ma'am. So I'll be now today talking about two of the very important Google tools, which are your Google Sheets and Google Forms. So I'm sure every one of you in one or the another way might be using both the tools. So can I see your thumbs up if you are already using Google Sheets or Google Forms or both? I've joined from my different screen also, so I can see your reactions over there. That's great. Nice to see that. So it will make my process quite easier because this is not about delivering what I know. It is about learning from each other's experience also. All right. Okay. So thank you very much. So beginning with the topic Google Sheets. So that's basically a spreadsheet. We all know. Likewise, Microsoft has its Google. What do we call that? PowerPoint presentations, right? So for Google, we do have Google Sheets. Sorry, Excel.
Excel sheet.
Yeah, that's Excel. Okay. So then that's a free web based editor. And as we already seen in our last session, we can add, edit, make the collaborator. We can comment together on one sheet. Can anyone tell me how many of the people can comment or they can be a collaborator in one Google Sheet or maybe say, well, any Google Doc? Yeah, okay, that's great. It's 50. Maximum 50 can be a collaborator in one and they can comment all together. So that's a tool to organize the data, sort already built-in formulas. It measures generally the student progress, visualize results quickly using the graphs, charts particularly. And yes, the mobile app is also available for Google Sheets, for Docs also, and other tools as well. So where we can find the Google Sheets? We already have learned. We all know it's in a drive. When we go to our drive, you can always see in a drive, when you click on new, you will see the option of Google Sheets. Another option is it's under our WEFL. Those 9 dots, we call them as a WEFL. When I click on it, you need to locate the sheets over there, which can be easily arranged wherever you want to place it. And also the third option could be directly in our Omnibox, wherein you just need to type sheets.new or even sheet.new will also work. So it will open a new spreadsheet. So skills which are required to be mastered for as far as L1 is concerned. See, there are a lot of things which we can actually explore, but there is always a limitation of time. First thing. And secondly, we are right now focusing on preparing for L1 examination. So we'll be focusing and talking about those rules, ideas which are required in that exam. So we'll be learning about the sort, calculating the data, charts, protecting the data and sheet, filtering the data, present directly to the Google Meet, and there are a lot more to learn. So there is a link which is already shared also in our last session. These are all will be provided in your Google Classroom also. So let me quickly open and showcase one of. I have just clicked on that learn more. So this will open your Google Docs editor's help. So Google Sheets, everything about Google Sheet, what do you want to know? Even for L1, L2 and the advanced level, how you can use it. So everything is already provided over here. Even if you need more help, you can connect with the Google Help community to get your more answers. So you click on it, it will be asking you a few of the questions already answered by the other educators around the globe, or you can even ask your own questions as well. Right. So this is a basic idea about what is already available to us. The skill checklist, which is very, very important. What else is required in our L1? I'll be taking each and every step by step. So creating a Google Sheet, share a Google Sheet with others, and the basic vocabulary one should know, and then how we can format a cell, the rows, columns, sorting the number, text, dates, organizing the data using formulas and functions, then the pie charts, basically the charts and the graphs, use a trend line, and then move the charts to own sheets, adding charts from sheets to sites, docs, and slides, publishing your Google Sheets, and then protecting sheets and range. Well, I'll be opening my one of the demo sheet, which I'll be using for the reference purpose. At the same time, I am providing you with the copy of this spreadsheet. I am just sharing that in a chat box so that those who want to practice along with me, they can do it. But since I already have mentioned we have a lesser time, so hands-on can be always done later, and you can always have the access to the recording. So if you know it, definitely you can actually practice more and learn something new. You can find out more ways to, use same ideas and tools, or you can always check out what I'm demonstrating now. So this is, let me show you how you can open a new sheet. So sheets.new will actually create a new sheet. So this is your untitled spreadsheet. We all know first step first, name your spreadsheet first. So whatever name you want, and at the same time, remember it is created in your My Drive, your own, and taking a space in your out of those 15 GB space of your free account if you are using. Now it is important once you start working on it, you can always save it into a particular location you want. So if you see where I have clicked, there's a star. If you want to make it star important, you can always star it, and you will see the option of this move sheet. So when you click on this move, you will see the folders which I already have accessed recently, or even you can check out the all locations in your drive. You may have created some folders there. So you can take this to that specific folder, or you can even create a new folder, because it is highly recommended whenever you start doing your work, organize and reorganize your Google Drive very, very carefully. Otherwise, it is quite difficult to, fetch the data which you are looking at. So once I'm assuming you have created your Google Sheet, now this particular is known as your cell. So this is the cell A9, which I have just selected. This is your cell A9, and this is my sheet. So as you can see, this is my one sheet, basics, sort text, number, data, second sheet, and so on. So I can create n number of sheets in my one workbook. So whatever is created here on your screen, that is your one workbook, which contains lot many sheets. This is referred to as your row. So let's say if I'm highlighting this, so this is my row 12, and say I am highlighting this. So this is my column I. So I have already highlighted few of the things over here. Now I'm sure you must have tried with the numbers. If I write say 1, let's say if I write 1, and you will see on the right hand side, when I hover over to this, at the bottom a plus sign will be there. When I drag it, it will simply give me 1 repeatedly. But if I say take 1 and 2, I write say 1, 2 and select that together. And now if I start dragging it, so what is going to happen? Yes, that's right. It's an autofill feature. I'm getting 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. You must have also noted there's a alternate coloring is coming. Reason being, I actually marked this as some different color, 1, and 2 as a white background only. So that's the reason. But if you do it without any coloring, so definitely I can do like this. Same way it is applicable for our Sunday and Monday. For example, I select this, and when I drag it, so automatically autofill feature is there. Same as with, say, I written January, February, and when I drag it, I'll get March, April, and so on. Same even applicable with the dates also. So today is 25th January. What I'll do, let me choose current date, 25th January, and I drag it. So can you see this? Even I can go on further to the February, March, and so on. So that's a basic idea about our sheets. I'm sure you have already copied that sheet. I already have shared one link with you. So you must have got this copy document, and you can always make a copy. That is for your reference. You can try out along with me, or you can do it even after the session is over. Yes. Coming back to my sheet, you will see the next sheet, which is mentioned as sort text, number, and data. So I have provided some hypothetical data over here. You can see this as, say, heading, number, text, and dates are written. So when I select this, I am more comfortable using my mouse over there. So you can all, because I'm using my laptop along with my mouse, else you can always use your keyboard shortcuts and your laptop also select the data. Let's say this is the data which I have selected. At the top right side, you must have noticed in Google Sheet, there is the option coming as a count. So counting here is 51. Even when I click on it, if the only numbers are, say, selected, let's say I select these numbers only numbers are selected. So it is already, say, calculating the minimum value, 10. Maximum is calculated, average, sum. So basic things are already available to me. Using the formulas also, I can do the same. Let me now select this whole table, and let me now go to data. Okay, here you will see the option of sort sheet and sort range. Because this is a simple table, I have selected the data. I will go with sort range. And when you see this, sort range by column B, because the first column here is column B. We have 3 columns here. So I want it to sort it like A to Z or Z to A. So it all depends. So let me say choose A to Z. When I click on it, observe the change. 10, 20, 30 instead of 160. Now it is in a reverse order. And at the same time, you must have noticed this is, say, my header, but it is also coming at the bottom. I'm just reversing Control Z. Let me now select it once again and use the second option. Again, go to data, sort range, and instead of these first two, let me go to the advanced range sorting option. When I click on this advanced range sorting option, here I have the option to mention to sheets that data has a header row. I checked in, and now when I sort it, so you will see the header remains the same. Again, let me select this, and we did this with the column B only. Now let me all together with column B do it with C and D also. So how this can be done? Sort range, go to advanced range sorting options. When I click on it, so this is already done for numbers. You will see the another option, add another sort column. Now when I click on it, the second column, if you can check it out at the back, it is text. So it is now giving me the option of text. I can always choose the dates also. But after the data is being sorted via numbers, next I want it to sort it through text. So in my text, you will see Arnav, Avani, they are coming from A to Z, right? But what I can do, say numbers, I have chosen from A to Z, and now text, say I take from Z to A. And now when I click on it, can you see the changes? What are happening? So numbers, and along with this, it is sorted from Z to A. Similarly, this can be done with the dates also. You can always try that out. I did using all the three columns. You can even sort this using a simple selecting one column only. Next important feature which we are required to know when it comes to L1 examination, it is about the functions. So Google Sheets has is all inbuilt hundreds and hundreds of functions available. But from examination purpose, we need to know about only six. Four are mentioned here. Next two I'll be covering from here, unique and count. So there is again, say some hypothetical data. I've simply created one table here, wherein say there are 20 students in a classroom. Their roll numbers, their names are here. And the marks scored by them in say some periodic test out of 20, they are mentioned here. Right. So now what I'm interested in, I'm getting the sum of all the marks scored by the student one. So there is a simple method to do it. Everyone, now this is important if you are not aware of it, but I assume that you already are using it. Equal to, and it is already suggesting me that am I looking for the sum? So that's the beautiful AI feature here. So am I looking for the sum? So simply every formula begins with equal to. So what is required? Let me showcase it once again. Let me come to this cell, equal to, and write sum. Parenthesis, left parenthesis, which is above your key 9 on your laptop. So, and then after that, it has already suggested me to select this. So else you can drag and select this data and press enter. There is no need to close this parenthesis also. So what you will see, the sum is coming of this student, right? So sum is 104. Again, autofill feature is suggesting me, do I need to calculate the sum for others? As of now, let me reject this. So here is the sum which I'm getting. Let me make it bold and so on. So once I have got the sum, I can always do it for the student 2, 3, and so on. But there is again a simple feature that autofill. What we can do, select this at the bottom right corner. Once you bring your cursor, you will see that small plus sign. Soon you see that plus sign, drag it. Just keep on dragging it to last student number, say 20. So sum of marks scored by every student is being calculated. Similarly, we can talk about the average score. Another function which we need to know, it's equal to, and then simply average. Close parenthesis, data is already selected, or else I can select it. And as you can see, it is from C6 to H6. You can simply check it out, that selected one, or you can select it manually and press enter. So I can again go with the manual one, or I can autofill this. Now, at the same time, we are getting the data for 5, 6 decimal places. So there is a simple way what I can do. I can use these options. They are not in L1 exam as such, but you can simply check this out. Can you see this? So let me bring it to 2 places of decimal, right? And now when I click it, so two up to 2 places of decimal, your average is being done. Similarly, you can do with the minimum and maximum equal to min. That's a simple function, min. Choose the data and press enter. Let me choose this. Same is for the maximum equal to max. That's the function max. And then you can simply select the data and press enter, and you can autofill this. Well, there are hundreds of formulas I have mentioned. Let me quickly showcase those formulas. So you will see. So these are all the formulas which are available in our sheets. But definitely we don't need to worry about this. Thousands of formulas are actually there. So we need to only for L1 purpose understand those 3-4 formulas which I am mentioning. Next one is our unique function. There is another sheet at the bottom. You can check that out. When I click on it, I just created one again hypothetical data, and we want unique. How to use this unique function? Please note that there is a guest name, there is some address, and send invitation. When I check out this and I check out, say, row 7 and even row 9, you can note that the same data is being copied. The same thing is appearing thrice. Even maybe for some other person I have got is for Jack also. You can check that out. Jack also, California, invitation, yes, and so on. So how I'm going to make use of the unique function? As the name suggests, I want the entries uniquely. Equal to unique, close the bracket. Please understand this format. Equal to unique, close the bracket. And now let me select the data. I simply selected the whole table. And there is no need to close the bracket as already mentioned. Press enter. So did you notice the difference? Earlier, the Rob was coming 3 times. Repeated entry was there. Now it is coming only once. So that's about the unique function. Next is the function which is known as count. Let me go back and go to the next sheet here. Again, the guest name, table number, dietary restriction, and send invitation. Something basic data is provided to you. And how I'm going to make the use of this count function. Observe what I'm going to do. Any guesswork? What will be the syntax? How should we start with?
Equal to count.
Equal to count. Great. Thank you. And when I close it, let me select the data, not taking the header as such. And when I press enter, did you notice the number 5 is coming? And it is counting only the numeral values. So 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2. So there are total of 5 values. So it is only counting the numeral values. At the same time, there is another function equal to count A and close the bracket. What I have done, added the extra word A here. So equal to count A. And now when I select it, any guesswork? What will be the answer?
It will count all of
20.
the things,
Yes.
including numbers.
20.
All, yes, the answer will be 20. Thank you very much. Right. So Jack, even to, even vegetarian, no, and all these entries in every cell is being counted using the function count A. I think there is no doubt as of now. Hema ma'am, please check this out, and other my co-leaders who are also in the meeting. If there's any question till now, do let me know, or else I will move on.
No, sir. Till yet, no question.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Next is about the charts. When I click on this chart, I have again created some of the data. We basically need the line chart and pie charts. If I check out this, so we are done till this. There's another function if I'll be talking about that later. But next is analyze the data in Google Sheet with charts and graphs, including pie charts and line chart. So let me come back to this. Now, how I can create a chart when I select this data. There is some hypothetical data I've created. So these are only say five, one, one, two, three, four, five. So five columns are five rows are there. So I could have say 100 also. So it hardly matter. Now I need to create a chart. At the top, you must see the option. If it is not visible, you will see this option of more. When I click on it, you will see this option of insert chart. In some of your cases, the option might be directly visible on the top menu bar like this. If it is not visible, as in my case, I can simply go to more and choose this option, this icon for insert chart. When I click on this insert chart, oh, I didn't selected the data. Let me do it once again. Select the data, go to more and insert chart. So can you see? One column chart is created. When I click on this chart type, this is your line chart because in examination, it is about the line chart. So I can choose this option of line chart. Even there are a lot other options which are available. You can always explore them. You can switch the rows and column with each other, or you can use row 3 as header, column A as label. You don't want, so it is all your choice. So chart type and choose the line chart. This is in the suggestion. If you are not okay with the suggestion, even you can check it out. There are lot more types of charts which are available. So depending on the need, one can actually select that chart. Now, let me talk about, say, the pie chart. Again, let me select the data. First thing, you need to select that. Three dots, insert chart, and it will create a pie chart for me. Again, some of the settings you can always explore over here. You can customize this. So what type of a style, the background color, if you really want to change. So font size you want, you can see the changes what are happening. Font change, that border color. So a lot of 3D chart visualization if you require in a pie chart. So these are all available in your customized option. So X's, labeling, bold, italics, everything is available. Now, this is another very interesting thing, which is again in our curriculum also one should know, and that is mentioned over here. Move charts to their own sheets. So how this can be done? Say my chart is prepared. Once I have ready with my chart, you will see these three dots again. When I click on these three dots, it is giving me few options available to me. I can always edit the chart. So what this edit option will do, when I click on this edit, the right side window will pop up. Else, I can delete this chart. Even I can download this chart as PNG, PDF or SVG. Three options are available. Generally, we prefer to download this as say PNG if I want to use it somewhere else. I cannot download that. Simply click on it and you can see this is downloaded. I have not shared my complete screen, but this is downloaded. Next is when I click on this, you can see the option of publish chart. Now, what is this publish chart means? When I click on this publish chart option, this window will come up, and you will see the option of publish. Right. When I click on this publish, it is giving me, are you sure you want to publish this selection? When I click on OK, it is providing me with a link. Once I open this, I mean, copied this link and share it with anyone, only that chart will be visible, no any table. Let me do one thing quickly, share that in a chat. So try to open this, check this out. And also at the same time, what is the benefit of it? Why I am publishing this on the web? First thing, I am not sharing my complete table, my data with anyone. Second thing, everyone please note, if I make any change in my pie chart, what does that mean? Let me come over here and say, instead of 23, I wanted to make it say 20, and this 11 as say 14. So did you notice some change? So the table, that pie chart is being added, and if I open that link once again, so in that link you will see those changes are again get it reflected. So that I made the change in, I think, direct. So now you can see the direct 23. I need to, I think, refresh if it is not done, but it will be done. All right. So that you can always cross check. So I need to publish my chart. Let me check out that. Direct is 20. Give me a second. I made some changes. It must be get reflected direct. Oh, sorry. Page not found. Okay, I have deleted that file from here. Anyway, you can always experiment with that. Similarly, there is the option, if you can check out our that skill list, we have using the trend line. So
Sir, can
how?
I ask one question, please, here?
Yeah, yeah, please, please, please.
I'm so sorry. I just wanted to know, when you have published the chart and then later you made the changes. So will I also get in my chart the changes that you are making over
Yes,
there?
that is I wanted to demonstrate. It is
Okay,
happening.
okay.
There may be some technical glitch right now, but it always work. Yes, any changes if I make in my pie chart, they will be get reflected in that link which I've shared with you. That's the online. I mean, that's purpose of this.
Is there any
Also,
way we can change the colors?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. See, I have showcased that when I go to this pie chart is created, and you will see the option of customize. Customize, pie slice, which color do you want? So some of the options you can always go select this one. Which color do you want this to be changed? So that is always possible.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Another option is when I click on these three dots, there is the option of move to own sheet. This is again very important as a part of the examination. So three dots, move to own sheet. What is going to happen when I click on it? A new sheet will be created. Can you see this was my older sheet, and chart will be taking the whole space in the whole sheet. So this is how I have done. Three dots and just click on move to own sheet. So new sheet is created.
So, sir, will you take the data also along with the chart? Because there are different datas on this sheet, but the chart that you have moved is related to one data. So, will
Yeah,
it
yeah,
take,
absolutely. Because I have selected this chart only.
and the data
So
will
you,
go along?
no, 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 no. Only the chart will be made available.
All right, all right.
Okay, next is about say the trend line. How trend line work? Let me showcase that quickly. Select this data. And let me again go to this insert chart. Right now it is showcasing column chart, right? Column chart is created, but we are interested in some another type of a chart. So how I'm going to locate that? Trend line chart actually. For trend line, please remember, go to the scatter. So these are certain things you need to remember. For trend line, select the data, go to the chart option and select the chart type instead of column chart from to scatter. Once I have chosen scatter, go to customize series. And now here you must see the option of trend line. Just click on this trend line option and you are good to go. Let me do it once again. So how we can showcase that trend line? Select the data, insert chart, but we see the chart created is a column chart. Change this type to, what did I call? Anyone?
Scattered.
Scatter.
Scatter.
Yeah. Yes. Go to locate scatter. And next, anyone?
Trend line.
Customize.
Where do we?
Customize.
Yes. Go to customize. Next,
Series.
series.
Yes, yes.
And there you will find the
Trend
trend
line.
line of. Yeah. So these steps are actually required because sometimes in the L1 examination, they may give you, I mean, certain options, rearrange them in a proper order. So option A, A, B, C, D, how you're going to arrange that. So that is required to understand. Next idea is about protect sheet and range. Again, sometimes say you are sharing your Google Sheet with someone, maybe say other teachers, I mean, other colleagues or some other persons, and you want them to change these entries only, but you don't want them to edit this, right? So how this can be done? I just want these entries not to be changed by anyone. So select this and right click. When I right click, you will see there are a lot of options which are made available. But what we require, view more selections, and you will see the option of protect range. Click on protect range, right? And then you can always set the permissions. Click on set the permission, restrict who can edit this range. Only you and spreadsheet owner, or you want the email IDs to be get added. So who all can only edit these three. So this all options you can explore. So how I've done this, select this, right click, come at the bottom, view more cell option, protect range. And in protect range, you have to set the permission that who can actually edit this data. So if you have set this data editable by say only 2 persons, for example, their email IDs are being added, or even they are say the collaborator to this spreadsheet. So they can only edit. The rest of the person can edit the whole this column and this column, but they won't be able to do anything. At the same time, if you want the whole table, so you can always do the same process and look for this option of protect range. The other way out, you can share this as a viewable rights. Anyway, you already have explored the option of share. When I click on the share option, right, so you will see who is the owner, who is the editor. I can always make the people as editor to this sheet, right? And I can always add the message, or you will see anyone with the link is the viewer to this. Again, when I click on this, viewer, commenter, or the editor, and I can just copy the link and share this with anyone. The same sheet can be presented through the video call using this option. You can always try that out, but right now we are in some different call, so we'll not use this option. Also, there are certain options in Google Sheets. When I click on this file, when you click on the share option, share is same as this, but second option is publish to web. Now, what is the difference? When I click on this publish to web, the whole sheet is being published. So what does that mean? Again, now when I share this with you all, and I will open in a new tab also. So instead of in Google Sheets, it is opening like this. So now anyone can check this out, but they cannot make any changes in this. And
Amit,
after
sir?
every, yes, ma'am.
There are some hand raised.
Yeah,
Mr.
please.
Mr. Tarun,
Yeah, my question is that, I'm working on a Mac, so right click option is not working there. And if that is not working, is there any other way that we can protect the column like you showed?
See, let me try it out. So see, I've done this, and you must have the option in this. So format and
data.
data,
Protect sheet. Protect sheets
protect.
and range.
Can you see this option? Protect sheets and range. So select this option.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There is one more query, Bhumi ji.
Yes, sir. Sir, I wanted to check about the share option. Say if I want to share the entire worksheet, but only one of the sheet I want to make it viewable and others allowed editable. So is there a way while sharing or only protect is the option?
I haven't experimented that, but yes, I can try it out. Protect sheet. Can you see this option?
Yes, sir.
When I click on this, I have the option of protect sheet. So I can always set those permissions over here, definitely. So
Okay.
who all can actually access, or only you and the spreadsheet owner. So I can simply click on it. So now you will see the option of this lock over here. So
Okay.
even if you share with others, so others will be able to edit the remaining sheets, but only viewable this particular sheet.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome. So let me okay. Chali, let's move on to the last one, if function. If function, this format is little bit complicated. It is better if you make a note of it, or even if you take a screenshot of it, so that you can understand and practice this. Let's say there are the marks being scored by the student, and a school has decided all students scoring 0 to 63 marks, they will be graded as, say, grade F, 64 to 72 grade D, and so on. So 95 to 100 as, say, grade A. We may have our own criteria for the same. So let's say this is a grading system provided to me. Now, there is a Arnav who has scored 96, Arya 33, Ankika 75, and so on. And we want these to be auto printed or calculated here, the grades to be calculated directly. So for that, we need to use the if function. If you see, when I select this option of A, at the top in the formula bar, there is a formula which is coming up. I have simply typed that formula, and for the reference, I have taken the screenshot of the same. So if you can check out this particular formula, how it is working, equal to if starting with, say, B2 less than 64. Now, what is B2? B2 refer to the score of first student. If the marks are less than 64, print F. The something which is written is this column that is referred to as what is to be printed. But if next move further, if the marks B2 is less than 73, why 73? Check out from here. So 64 to 72 range is given. So if it is less than 73, print D, else print 85. Print C if the marks less than 85. Else print B if the marks less than 95. And last A means if the marks anything 95 to 100. Otherwise, you need to print A. And if you note, there are total of left-hand brackets. How many are used? 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Sir,
So
I
let
have a
me,
question here. Can I please ask?
yeah,
So here you have written if B2 is less than 64, it is understood it is between 0 to 63, which is logical. But if we are going ahead, it says B2 is less than 73. However, what I think it should be 64 to 70 to 72.
both are working together. You can always try out that option also. You can try
We
it
can
out.
do that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Both are working okay here.
Hmm.
That I tried out. I knew this query may come up. Thank you for
Yeah,
asking. You can
my
try, explore and try it out. That is also okay. So someone asked me to zoom it. So I think it is clear now. I have used 4 left-hand brackets. So right maybe we need to use those 4 parentheses. And now let me quickly delete this. When I select this grade, and now when I move on, simply that +1 sign. So 33 marks is supposed to be in F grade, then 86 supposed to be in B grade, and so on. So that way the if function being used, you just need to understand the basic format. Generally, you are not expecting any question even in L1, though it is mentioned in the curriculum, even because I have appeared for twice for this L1 examination. After every 3 years, you need to recertify yourself, right? So when I appeared, so even in the first and second, for maybe luckily, I didn't get any question based on this, but this is a part of your syllabus, so you must be aware of it. Anyway, you can practice this once the recording being shared with you. I'm looking at the watch and I quickly check out whatever is being left in this Google Sheets. So publish results, adding charts from sheets to sites, docs. Yeah, lastly, quickly, let me showcase you one thing. Let me say go to the simple data. And let me create a chart out of it. Let's say this chart is created. Let me copy this chart. You see the option of copy? Copy this chart. And now let me say I open my new document. The same can be done for Google Sheets also. I mean, in sites also. And what I am going to do, I'll simply paste this. I pressed on my key, Control V. Usual method, Control C, Control V. And it is saying link to the spreadsheet or paste unlink. So let me prefer link to the spreadsheet. Once I paste it over here, now what is the benefit of that? If I make any changes in the data over here, the same will be get reflected over here. I just need to refresh this and I can see the source of this also. So these you can always explore later on. Okay, now it is the time to move on and check it out. I've already talked about sorting the data, the formatting, adding formulas. These formulas are required. And graphs and charts. Now, checking our understanding of Google Sheets. Everyone,
Sir, Amit sir, there is a hand raised from Sonia ma'am.
yeah, please. Yes, ma'am.
Sonia ma'am, you have raised your hand. Any query? Okay. So we can
So we'll
proceed.
take all the query after the session is over. Right, ma'am?
Sure.
If it's very not very essential. Okay, so everyone is ready? Okay, that's great. So Google Sheets, here comes the first question for you. Just write the correct option, or you can unmute yourself also. Yes, thank you very much. I could see all correct answers popping up in the chat. The correct answer is it's true. Next is question 2. The trend line chart is not mentioned here, and that's not a. No, that was expected. A lot of you are answering it C because you have seen that scatter one. If you check out the fundamentals training, trend over time, the correct answer is mentioned as line chart. When I appeared for my L1 exam, I was also apprehensive and had little doubts about it. But please remember, in that case, please do follow what is mentioned in your fundamentals. So that's a line chart is the correct answer over here. Chali, please check this out. Question 3. And remember, select all that apply. So it may have more than one possible answer. I could see A, AB, AB. Okay, I could see lot of A and AB. They are coming. Okay, so let me showcase the correct answer. Thank you. It's option A and B both. Even in your main exam, you can expect the question like this. Select two options. So there are some quick facts about Google Sheets that will be shared with you. Time to talk about our next Google Forms. So again, I'm sure everyone must be using Google Form in one or the another way. And you can actually create your surveys. You can gather your students' data and monitor their progress. So feedback can also be gathered, formative quiz, the lesson checks can be done. So this is a checklist which is required. So create and collaborate on a Google form. Add or edit the different question types. Add image and videos. Choose a response destination. Share your Google form. View responses. Grading with Google Forms. And edit the Google form settings. Okay. So one of there are again, this will be shared with you. So Google Form, how we can open Google Form? I can use these 9 Google apps, the WEFL for opening a Google Form, or I can use forms.new, or from the drive also. I can always check it out. I can go to my drive, and in the drive, when I click on new, I will see the option of Google Form over here. Once a new Google Form is, this is open, you have the option to start with a blank form, or there are some template gallery which is already available. So you want to create a contact information, event feedback form, assessment form, some exit ticket. So they are available, and followed by the forms which you are working on recently or ever you have used. So you can see, so there are actually hundreds of forms which I'm working with. So these are all the forms I might have used in a month or 2 months, or maybe in the last 5 months. So there are hundreds of forms which I have been using. So when I click on this blank, a new form is created. I can always start with, there is the another option of AI, help me create a form. It may or may not be visible in your case. If you have opted for the labs, Google Labs, then this option may be visible in your case. Otherwise, you will not be able to see this, help me create a form. So I'm assuming I'm creating a fresh form. So I can always title my form. Some form name can be given. and I can always give some description. If I want the email ID, I can always have this option. I can go on adding the question from here. When I click on this, it is giving me the by default multiple choice option. But when I click on this, I can add short answer, paragraph means long answer type, MCQ, checkbox, drop box. I can ask people to add, upload the files. That may be a PDF also, that may be any PNG and so on. Then there are other options of having the linear scale, rating. Whenever you see in any of the Google product, new is written, it means it is being added recently, maybe a month ago or 2 months ago. And maybe after 2-3 months, you will not see this option of new. So that will become a common part of that. So rating is being recently added. Then we have multiple choice grid and checkbox, followed by that adding the option of date and time. Needing on our requirement, we can always go on choosing these options. To save on the time, I have already started creating one form. That is my one demo form. So let me go to the edit mode. Okay, now once you open this, create a new form, you will see the option of publish. Right. You will see first option of add-on. So add-on, add some extra features to your Google form. When I click on this, can you see this certify-em? This is used for generating the certificates. Form builder Hypatia is used for adding the math symbol. For mathematics teachers, we can use this option. And there are a lot others. So QR code generator for this form. So these are certain I experimented. So you can always go on adding the add-ons. For that, click on these 3 dots and you will see the option of get add-ons. When you click on this add-ons, you will be able to see the options which are available. You can always customize the form, the font which are to be used. You want the header image. You want to change the color options over here. So everything is available. You can always preview your form. Undo, redo options are here. But copy respondent link will be available only after I publish this form. When I click on this publish, right, anyone with the link, I can click on this option. And now, what exactly I want? Responder viewer. Anyone with the link is the responder. I can click on OK. And then there is the option of publish. Now my form is being published. Once it is published, when I click on it, I will see the option of copy responders link. When I click on it, this is the form link. I can always shorten that URL. Generally, when you share with your students or anyone else, so we prefer to have a smaller URL, or the whole link can also be shared. So simply you can copy and share with everyone. Remember, if you haven't used the Google form, say for the past 2 months, you haven't created a new form. So the format was little bit different. So these changes were taken place almost about 2-3 months back only. But earlier the layout, the format was little bit different. So now we need to understand and follow this only. Once you have published your form, now how you can go on adding the questions. So that is my one of the demo form which I've created for this session. So you can go on adding the questions. So simply name of the student. You can always make it bold. You can always make it even italics also. And in a question, you can always add the image also. Question may be image you can add. In the answer option, the image can be added. You want this, obviously you want this to be a short answer, though you have lot other options available. Class and section, obviously student belongs to only one particular section. So I have actually created a drop-down list over here. In drop-down, I have added 12th A, 12th B, 12th C. So I'll showcase that how the student will preview and can attempt this quiz. So this is a drop-down option. Next, I have created a sections, but section is not in our level 1 exam. So I will skip on that. Say there is one math question. Right. I haven't used that Hypatia over here. I have simply taken the screenshots of my questions, which I have typed in using some another math tool, and simply added those screenshots as the question and the option as well. So this is the easier way. Even if you are a physics or a say, chemistry educator, you can always, you have some PDF or any other reference books with you. So it will not take more time to create such form. So simply take the screenshot, add them as an image, the question and their answers. Right. You will see the option of answer key here. But to activate that answer key, I must go to the option of settings first, because I want to make this as a quiz. So when I go to option of quiz, earlier by default it is not as a was selected as a quiz. So what I need to do, soon I started creating this form, go to settings and choose the option of make this as a quiz, followed by a lot of different options which will pop up. You can always try and explore them. So do you want to release the score immediately after the submission, or do you want to see the responses first and then want to, release the score of the class later on? It is your choice. So the responder, your students or anyone, they can see the answers which they marked incorrectly or correct answers, point value, everything can be changed over here. You want your each question to carry say 1 mark or even say 5 marker, and even one question can be a 1 mark, another question can be of 2 marks, 3 marks. That can always be done. Next setting is about the responses. When I click on this small little triangle over here, do you want to collect the email addresses of the responder? So do not collect, verified or responder input if they want, or so responder input I want, send responder a copy of the response. Once they have filled this form, they are submitted. After their submission, they will receive an email wherein if they want the copy of their responses, so you can always do it. So by default they will get it, or there will be the option, do you want the copy of this? In that case, you need to select the option of when requested. Allow response editing. So what does that mean? Even if they submitted the form, if they made some mistakes, so they can always edit it. Generally, we prefer not them to allow to edit it again and again. And if you want them to limit only once, means they cannot submit the form repeatedly. In that case, they need to sign in using their Gmail account. And for the presentation, settings goes like this. Progress bar can be shown. You can always shuffle the order of the questions. It is your choice. And at the end, what message do you want? You want all the best or thank you for your submission. We will revert back to you. Meanwhile, check out our website. This. So this is the message which you can add over here, and show the link to submit the other response and so on. View result summary. If this is open, in that case, some of the summary which even other people are responding, so they will be able to see. Again, it is your choice. You want to showcase that or no. And this is by default. Disable auto save. Sometimes you start filling a Google form, it is lengthy, you stop filling them form and you come back to this form maybe after 2 days and start filling this. So if this is open, responder will not be able to save their progress. So it is highly recommended you keep this off only. Some of the default forms are available over here, so you can always check that out. Coming back to the questions, So variety of type of questions are available. I have mentioned one of the math question which using a screenshot can be added. Now there is another question, and I have used a multiple choice grid over here. So I have added a question. This is again a sample question. How satisfied were you with the following aspect of your recent hotel stay? So food quality, service speed, ambience, price. So you can go on adding as per your need. And the column provided are very unsatisfied, unsatisfied, neutral, satisfied, and very satisfied. So once you created a multiple choice grid, how this will look like to the responder? Let me showcase that quickly. Let me go to the preview. And here, if I need to move on, I need to enter few data over here. Okay. Now you will see the option this. This was the question being asked. Here it is in this form, rows and columns. Food quality services, but when it comes to the user, the one who is filling it, they will be looking like this. For them, food quality, they may say it is satisfied, service speed, very satisfied, ambience, neutral, price, satisfied, something like this. So I think the idea of multiple choice grid type of questions is clear. Next variety of, if you see, that is a checkbox grid. When I choose the checkbox grid, again, some of the hypothetical questions created. Please indicate your preferred level of importance for each of the following features in a new smartphone. Rows and columns. High quality camera, low battery life, long battery life, large screen size, fast processor, and so on. And column may what they can select: essential, important, nice to have it, not important, something like this. Now, when I look at this question from the responder point of view, how they are getting this question like this. So rows are coming over here, and these are my columns over here. So high quality camera, it may be essential, it may be important for me, and it is nice to have. But long battery life is essential also. It is important for me. Large screen size, it may be important or it may not be important for me. So you must have noticed the difference. For question number two, it was a type multiple choice grid. In a multiple choice grid, only one option can be selected, like the MCQ. But in this case, I can select all also. So that's a checkbox. I hope this idea is clear of this. Checkbox also, checkbox grid. Another option is about the linear scale. Linear scale, as we say, go with the rating. So how satisfied were you with the recent customer service experience? Yes, check this out. So I have just taken 1 to 5 scale. Generally, we go with that. I can change that to 1 to 10 also. So 1, this is optional. Not at all likely. 5, extremely likely. I have typed this. And let me go over here. So as a responder, you will see like this. So I can go with, say, option, maybe say 4, extremely. So thoda sa kam. And I haven't attempted some question. Yeah, this. So I may have missed something. Okay, I haven't marked these questions. Send me a copy. So this is the option which I have provided. The user will get the copy of their response set, responder input, and when requested. So this, because of this, when requested, this option will be available over here. Otherwise, it will not be available. Once it is done, you can always submit this form. Another possibility could be type of questions may. On the right hand side, you will see the various options. The plus sign means you're going to add a new questions. When I click on this plus button, again, I can choose MCQ, checkbox, drop type. Let me quickly talk about the file upload type question. Click on file upload. So you can check this out. So one message is popped up. And then once you click on continue, you can type in your question. Sometimes you may submit the PDF or some work, or maybe say add your recent passport size photograph over here, right? So allow only specific file type. So which all file type you want to be get attached? Maybe a document, spreadsheet, presentation, PDF, and image only. I don't want them to submit any drawing, audio, or video. Maximum number of files which can be attached is 10. Maximum. So let me say go with one only, and maximum file size, it can be of even 10 GB. Generally, let's say we prefer with 10 MB only. I can always change more settings from here. It is available over here that you can always explore. So you will also see very interesting option of import questions. What does that mean, import questions? When I click on this import, it will give me an option to choose my previously created questions in some other Google form. Let me say choose, maybe say this, and insert. On the right hand side, you will see all the questions which I have asked in my some another Google form. Please note, all these files must be in the same Google Drive. So I can say choose question number 9, 10, 16, 17, let's say for example, and I want, yeah, and import these 4 questions. When I click on these import questions, can you check this out? So these questions were not earlier added in my this demo form, but I have imported these questions from my previously created form.
So can you
Next,
say this one more time? How did you insert it from the?
okay, yeah, sure. On the right hand side, you will see this second option, import questions. Can you see this? Import questions on the right hand side.
Yes, sir.
Just click on it and it will open this interface wherein all the Google Forms which you have created, they are available. Right? If you don't find, you can always search by their name and so on. You can search for your form which you have already created. Once you locate that particular form, let's say I have located that form, some registration form, right? Select that form and click on insert. Once I click on insert, check out the right hand side. On the right hand side, you will see the options of these. So let me say choose state, subject you teach, classes you teach, and so on. Are you registered member of GG Daily West? Oh, anyway, if you are not, please become a part of it. Okay, so let me say import these 4 questions. When I click on this, import questions, all these questions will be automatically get added. Can you see this? This is my demo form which I was working on. It has already added this question. When I go on to this preview, so you will see in my preview, all these questions are available.
Okay, sir, got it.
Yeah. Also, you can add some text in between. Title and its description can be added. You can add the image also. Maybe say you want to give some image question. So you can simply click on this add image. From this, you can actually search the image directly from Google. That will be definitely copyright free. Or maybe if you have the URL of the image, or from your own photos, you can actually select the photo, or simply you can excuse me, you can upload. So from your desktop actually you can upload any of the image, and you can go on asking the questions based on that particular image. So let's say this is some you are dealing with a photosynthesis topic. So you have added a image of photosynthesis process here. Now you go on adding the questions related to that particular subtopic. Also, very important feature of adding the video directly here. So you see the option on the right hand side, add video. When you click on it, you can add the video from YouTube directly here. Give me a second. Yeah. So you can add the YouTube video directly. You can search the YouTube video, or you can paste the URL. Please note, not from your drive. Only from the YouTube you can add the videos here. So let's say I'm looking for something, maths is beautiful. And let me search. So if I find, say, this video interesting, I can always insert that video. So once you can add the title, 3 dots, you can always make it center align. You can always click on it and resize this video also. And now you can go on adding the question based on this video. So as an instruction also, some instructions can be added. When you click on any of the question, you must have noticed I have made this question required. So a red star mark will be there. The student must need to attempt this question. Along with this, 3 dots are available, more options. When I click on these 3 options, I can always add on the description. So description may I can always mention, please watch this video and answer the following question. Or even I can add the text over here. So one text can be added along with this video. So watch this video and answer the question number 7, 8, and 9, something like this. So students will be then, of course, watching that video. They will have the answers from that video and they can always respond in this. Some of the more options in the Google form are available under these 3 dots. When you click on these more option, you can always make a copy of this, right? And these are not required. And I can always unpublish my form. By maybe say accidentally I have published this form, but I want to make certain changes with this. So I can always go with the unpublished form also. As already mentioned, you can always move to a specific folder as required. So when you click on this option, you can choose whichever folder you want. In my drive, you double click, and let's say it's a part of my demo purpose, so I can actually go with that. Let me check it out if anything is left out. Yeah, one thing is left. Look at the responses. We already have seen how to add the variety of questions. Also, yeah, one thing is left. If when you have added a question, when I click on, say, this question, you will see a green tick over here because option C is actually the correct answer. So how one can make sure that I am adding this as the correct answer? I made this as a quiz. Once this is made as a quiz, you will see the option of answer key. Once I click on this option of answer key, now I have option to select the correct answer. So I will select, because this option 3 is the correct answer. I will select this, and I can always make this as a 2 marker, 3 marker, it's your choice. Also, I can add the answer feedback. This is not in L1, but one should know. I can always go on adding the answer feedback. If, say, a student has answered the wrong, I can provide a YouTube link over here. Can you see this? Or some link or some text can be added. No, this is not the correct answer. Please check out the following YouTube video or refer to the following link. to
ये बहुत
understand.
अच्छा है। आपकी बुराई करके किसी को खुशी मिलती है तो अपने आप को खुशकिस्मत समझिए कि आपका जिक्र किसी की खुशी का
Can
कारण
you
तो बना।
please be on mute?
ये सभी
बुराइयां बाद
गालियाँ
में कर
चाहिए ना
लीजिए.
इंसान।
Let's continue
ये
on the
बढ़िया है।
session. Can you please be on mute? Yeah, it happens. It happens. No worries. Okay. And at the
So
same
sorry.
time, if someone has actually say mark the correct answer, that's great. But if you want to give the feedback, okay, wonderful, that's nice. So that feedback can be added. And for the enrichment purpose, you can provide them with some other high level resources. If a student know this particular idea, you want to go beyond, so some links can be added over here. So this is available when add answer feedback. Lastly, when I come to this responses, when I click on this responses, how I am getting the responses? When I click on this responses, you see 0 responses because I haven't shared this form with anyone. No one has tried this. When I click on link to the sheets, it will ask me to create a new Google Sheet or selecting the existing sheet. Generally, we prefer to create a new sheet. When I click on this create a new sheet is created and it contains all those questions. So I have added, let's say, I have added actually many questions. So all the questions will be available over here. All the questions and whatever responses they are giving. So that will be made available. And I can always again share this with my co-teachers so that they can always access to this Google Sheet. In responses, you will also see these 3 options also. When you click on this, do you want the email notification for new responses, which generally you don't want? Let's say someone has filled this form. Do you want the notification? So that can always be done by using this particular option. You can always unlink the form. Once the responses are there, then these will be available. So I think the basic idea is clear and shoot the first question and be ready. So a few responses I could see: B, C, and D. D only. B, C, D. Most of you are saying B, C, and D. Perfect. Check out the answer. It's option B, C, and D. Question 2. In your L1 exam, also expect the length of the question at least this only. Okay, I've started getting the responses. Option C. Okay. Yeah. Everyone is saying C. Let's go with the audience poll. Option C is the correct answer. Thank you. Coming to the next question, MCQ 3. There's a fight between B, C, I could see. Okay. Only one answer is correct. Now think again. It is not mentioned choose to or select all that apply. So which is the most suitable? Great. Now you are on the right track. 1 minute. Okay, I haven't mentioned that. Okay. Otherwise, see, yes, both B and C correct hai. But if it is mentioned that choose only one or nothing is mentioned, then in that case, we need to go with option B only. But otherwise, B and C both are correct.
Can you clarify how C is correct?
Student progress over time. Say you have created one Google form, maybe say in term one, and then you have asked a question related to that. The Google sheet is created, the responses are with you, right? So score available are with you. Similar, next you have say final term examination, or maybe say you have your periodic test 1, periodic test 2, periodic test 3. In between you gave them as an exit ticket some of the test in the form of Google form, and they were collecting all the responses in a same Google sheet. So you will be getting all the marks available to you. You can simply compile them together and you can check out the progress over time. Not a
But then
very
we are
suitable.
using sheets, no, to check the progress, not forms. Forms is just for collecting data.
Using forms, you are collecting the responses, but yeah, I agree with you. But see again, if I talk about this question, this is directly taken from our that fundamentals only. So for me, the option B is only correct option because it is referring to Google Forms. But since they are related and progress and responses are coming in our Google Sheets also. So this may be B and C, but if I would prefer to mark this question as option B only. To me, the option answer is B only. But in that case, it will be mentioned choose only one. But if I mention choose two options, then we should go with B and C. From fundamentals, it's taken and they are mentioned as B and C. So that's the thing which you need to understand. So theory and practical aspects, little bit, they are different. That is what we are practicing here. Okay, coming to MCQ 4. Okay, yes, all of you are responding option B, which is the correct answer. Check out MCQ 5. Now here it is mentioned, select all that apply. A, B, D. Most of you are mentioning A, B, D. Perfect. That's the correct answer. MCQ 6. Again, select all that apply. A, B, D, B, D. These are the certain responses I could read in a chat. A, B, C, D. Okay. So let's check out the correct answer. A, C, D. Now this is very important because not only the MCQ type of questions will be coming in your exam, you will be having a drag and drop type of questions, which is practically not possible for me to showcase here. But what exactly is required? Let's say there is a question. Please read the question first. In first column, Google applications are mentioned, Google Docs, Google Forms, and Google Drawings. And on the right hand side, usage within Google Slides. This is mentioned, right? So gauge understanding, additional refer material, rate the content that is being presented, suggestion notepad, graphically design ideas. So docs go with maybe say A and D. Forms go with say A, C, and D. So such type of drag and drop. So I can actually, even in the main exam, gauge understanding, I can drag that. I can just need to select that and drag that into Google Forms. So that type of drag and drop one should know. So what all coming in Google Docs? Think about that. So one go with A and say D or something like that. So you need to have a good hands-on when you talk about say drag and drop. You must be aware that in your final main exam interface, such type of questions may be coming where you need to drag and place it in a Google Docs or in a Google Forms wala Google application option available. Let's check this out. So Google Docs comes with B, D, Google Forms with gauge understanding. Matlab second go with A and C. Can I see the responses? 1 BD. Okay, I could see yes. Okay, some of you have actually given the perfect answer, but in actual exam, you need to drag this only. Thank you very much. Thank you.